You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Term them like this, where politics they shape with future, career they define we path them, and the economy they touch everybody in life.
Big thank you to
one program where they ask the hard question them and some way so bring the answer them close to you, face to face with the movers and shakers, the voice them will matter, the issue them will count. One time per week, one big name, one big issue, one-on-one on Liberty Online TV. Every Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. with Khadija Bangura. One-on-one, only on Liberty Online TV.
Country like Salon also every decision they touch the life of plenty people. One program they bring the voice of the people to the heart of politics.
This na Politics and the People, the program where they give the power to the people, explain the truth, and bring the leader them close to the citizen them.
Real discussion, real voice them, real impact. Join the debate and make them hear your voice.
Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Now you platform where they turn up for the true and civil engagement. Only on Liberty Online TV.
Let me talk about politics. Let me talk about people.
I think currently I have a thing for Vicky Remo.
Hello viewers, we don't bring different content then to you, and we know the tire for make the content then where you like. And now we dey bring fun and shorts with Adri. This na game show also your favorite celebrity, social media influencers, students, and other people to play game they like, truth and shorts, charades, riddles, and other game then where you self go learn from. This content will come to you every Sunday, 9 o'clock na net. Now all the Liberty Online TV social media platforms then.
She chose number one. She's always number one.
Period.
On top.
Period. On top.
Yeah, man.
So not miss out. Join me for laugh with your favorite celebrity and social media influencers then.
Relax Salon also every decision they touch the life of plenty people. One program they bring the voice of the people to the heart of politics.
This na politics and the people. The program where they give the power to the people, explain the truth, and bring the leader them close to the citizen them.
Real discussion, real voice them, real impact. Join the debate and make them hear your voice.
Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Now you platform where they turn up for the truth and civil engagement. Only on Liberty Online TV.
Let me talk about politics. Let me talk about people.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, where they stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na our website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We where they bring this edition of the Breakfast Show come to you this Thursday morning. My name na Khadija Bangura.
And me na Mabel Kaba. Good morning. Today na Thursday, the 6th day of November 2025. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show this Thursday morning, today we can look at the transport sector. Also, they can talk about the issue we get for do with the bus them. If you remember, inside February 2024, where government they make the Waka Fine bus them begin for run. A lot of public crime in there for the east and west corridors them, where them be limited just for the Waka Fine bus them, and the public transport them be banned enough for you certain areas them. But we see this week the Ministry of Transport together with the drivers union agree now say them for begin use then corridor yana the east and west. Well, waiting lead to this decision, how it sound like for the drivers them, allowing them back for going to the streets. We can look at all of the issues and they will get for do with the transport sector this morning.
Well, this and other story them they inside the Breakfast Show for you this Thursday morning. Plus, one senior lawyer don't allege say a traffic warden they take bribe along Wilkinson Road, and this according to they take go na the Anti-Corruption Commission. You go get updates from the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority where na then they in charge of the traffic warden them. Waiting the allegation they are mean. Waiting the institution go do for take action against this particular warden where they allege say then catch they take bribe. You go know inside the Breakfast Show this morning. You say for the watch week, go get the opportunity for add your voice to the discussion. Send we your number on +232. Send we your message, on +232 742 545. Or you can as well send we your comments, your thoughts, na the comment section. Na any of the platform there we watch with this morning. We they stream na Facebook, we they stream na we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone and also on YouTube. The program where they watch at the Breakfast Show, we get two big issues them where we they discuss inside the program this Thursday morning.
All right, so we continue with the Breakfast Show. We quickly go look at other issue first before we can talk about the issue of the day we get for do with the transport sector. We're going to the All People's Congress APC party as then self don't join the fight against Kush. Also yesterday then we get a conference. Also then go talk about this issue we get for do with Kush. Let me just watch as Al Hassan Kuroma bin Dede and Igona reports.
The fight against Kush and other drug-related substances like tramadol, ecstasy, don't be a national concern for plenty people in Salome. Wednesday, November 5 this year, the national executive for the APC party don't join the fight against Kush na Salome. We been the talk inside one meeting where the party been hold at the party office na Freetown. The national secretary general for the APC party, Lansana Dumbuya, say the party they blame government because they're not able to stop the one them where they bring Kush na the country.
You got to power. Now you get it now. You get responsibility for tapping drugs. Now you get the police. business for grown in the country. In Talek, I said the push business, now in the business down at Salon.
Inside Iyun talk, one medical doctor, Saskagbo, say government and the institution were responsible for fight against kush, not only for pull the victim in the street, but for give them proper treatment.
And push, it get plenty things that way they mix, whether they mix from formaldehyde and other chemical, plenty chemicals them. But one of the key components them where they get, now the way they call the nitazines. These nitazines then are strong synthetic, synthetic, make them, not to natural occurring. And they connected with overdose all over the world. The reason why people, especially young people, they can get some small problems, so they're frustrated, so they work no day, and that's we see a lot of things, so they just want to make themselves happy.
During the meeting, the APC National Executive been bring plenty young people in, where they take the kush, where according to the victim here, they say they don't let for take the drug, because people know they take them serious in our society.
This kush from work, I don't smoke and pass 5 years that I know it don't affect me. If they give me cold, if they give me fever, then I want fetch for left arm, but we know I have to take treatments. If I start the left arm, so without no treatment, the money me will get what they call a Johnson. Where Johnson the camper, you they feel cold. I let the sun warm self, you they feel cold. Pass it, take that till the back before you feel okay.
Let's give me the cold shoulder because they see me come to young man, them, my brother, them, my sister, the all man don't deteriorate. Different level, man, they be there. So man, I be rough man. But the cushion puts us to the last level. Find havoc, then find close way, no, they take care of himself again. Look me now, I don't left, but you don't flop, I don't descend.
The chemical based on the way they put the drug, the life not be okay. Understand? Because the thing that evil say not tell everybody life. Because it's why the smoker, wanna buy feathers, understand? I'll be removed the game, I'll be stand show, I'll be get show the coming by the stand that we win. But push me make man be just cut us no more respect so begin at the area. Why they must respect me, respect so they again. You understand? So please I like say very fisherman like me, man go so many people in the streets. You understand? When you drug, man, I tell everybody like if you drug this.
But waiting the APC member of parliament then think, but this fight make the deputy leader for the opposition of parliament, Honorable Daniel Kuma, explain.
The first proclamation came, it was wrongly drafted. The mistake in the drafting. So as a result, the speaker was embarrassed. He said this is unknown. From His Excellency the President, they not read over, they not present a wrong document, we not properly drafted. So as a result, unfortunately, we rejected the proclamation, we rejected the first document. We sent them back. But let me tell you now, we the opposition MPs, because of readiness for support government and make sure this push is stopped 2 to 3 years ago. Now we need the responsibility for take the lead to make sure say the right documentation is done next time.
The National Publicity Secretary for the APC party, Alhaji Sidi Yaya Tunis, end up say the party they take this fight and campaign serious and not go stop state government stop the one them where they import the drug na Salone. For Liberty Online TV, Alhassan Kuma the report.
All right, we continue the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. Well, from that report, they na the APC headquarters quickly, where they go na the international school, where na a private school, and yesterday then celebrates their 70th year anniversary. Usai Al-Hassan Koma Binde and they go now report.
The International School Limited, na private institution, we don't produce plenty picking them where they do well in public exam them. This school begin operate inside 1956 and then they mark the 70-year anniversary where go begin November next year for look how far the school don't come and waiting they don't achieve inside the education sector na Salone. Where even they talk, but this achievement, the head teacher for the International School Limited Primary, Jerry Jones, say the school don't introduce e-library where go start next year for help the picking them for do plenty research.
We launched the program today we want to move from paper-based library into e-library, electronics library. So as we've launched today, we've also spoken to parents, past pupils, that whatever contribution we could to help us get this e-library, we will welcome it. And we are looking at the program for a 1 year, 69th year, first step today to 70th year. By next year, the school should have been boasting of an e-library.
They continue to say, since the school done 69 and go 70 next year, then go continue for produce better results than public exam them.
The school community and international schools as a whole means that, for example, the changes that have taken place, international school never had male head teacher, and as you can see, I am seated here, the first male head teacher piloting the international school, and the successes we are getting in public exams also is something we look at.
But waiting the school picking them feel, but the anniversary where the school don't launch make the head girl for the International School Limited explain.
We are overwhelmed with joy and would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for taking your time to join us celebrate this momentous occasion in launching the 70th anniversary of our beloved school. Your presence here today is a testament of your love to our noble school.
Inside in your talk, one old pupil na the International School Limited, Elizabeth Ellen Garrick, say the school picking them na the international school for take them school work serious and continue for make the school shine among other school them.
My message to you is simple. Make the most of this opportunity. Learn as much as you can, not just from books, but from your teachers and each other. Be curious, be kind, and be proud to call yourself a student of the International School Limited Primary.
Elizabeth Ellen Garrick continue say, one part the main thing them where the school done they do, na for ensure say, then give the picking them the quality education and make them feature them bright. For Liberty Online TV, Al Hassan Koma the report.
All right, we continue the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. On the stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also now we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Well, on Tuesday, we see Usai one senior lawyer, Yada Ashim Williams, being taken an X page where them be they call Twitter. Usai he be make a tweet. He say one traffic warden along Wilkinson Road being asked for a 250,000 leons bribe, where according to this not supposed for happen. Instead of he use the law for issue 400,000 leons fine. The traffic warden, according to Yada Ashim Williams, now an official Twitter handle where he be the right. He say he don't report this matter to the Anti-Corruption Commissioner. Well, on the line we get the director where they in charge of traffic na the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority. As we all know, the Sierra Leone Safety Authority be established by an act of parliament where they in charge of the traffic warden them. Well, on the line we get Director Augustine Kaitongi, in the Director of Road Safety and Enforcement from the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority. Good morning, Director.
Yeah, good morning, Khadija. Good morning, listeners. Of course, I'm very sorry that myself not further able for come at the studio and actually I did it and discuss this thing. But equally, I appreciate the time, the effort we don't take for reach out to me for most of able for you inside of this story.
All right, Director, we get a tweet where with the project now.
That tweet, myself don't say from day before yesterday, was that tweet where lawyer Yada Williams do. And now a lawyer of long standing, somebody who I get so much maximum enormous respect for, and we put out. And when he put out the tweet, we see him. But we basically want for actually tell the listeners then, for me they able to understand, say, that thing my brother do, when our brother Yada Williams, it actually means in a lawyer of house, a long-standing, like I say, but a lot of things that the way it means, we an allegation the way they're very, very baseless. In the first place, when you look at the tweet we do, they say the road safety corps demand 250,000 from him, and of which, according to within the road safety corps, say a commit when a traffic offense if I don't get 400,000 loans.
Director, before you address the tweet of lawyer Yada Williams, he put the picture of the road safety cop. According to Ram, he said the cop identify himself as Barry. The picture will go viral. Una sabi this person, it belong now in a system.
Barry, where it makes una, a name na Abdullah Barry. Yeah? In a part of the Sierra Leone Road Safety Corner, the work for Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority as an organization. But what I want to establish now, the fact that the tweet way my brother do, when our brother Yada Williams, like I say, again a lot of things the way it miss, again a lot of accusation we make, we baseless. In the first place, this body guy, according to the picture we in the system, a ticket book, if you watch the tweet, they say, oh, ticket book, and that ticket book, now a movement it make for can give me brother Yada Williams ticket for where he be the drive an unregistered and unlicensed vehicle. Mind you, an offense in the law. Yeah? So when they clamp him motoka, they get the ticket of 400,000 loans as they allege. What it means on them, we say deposit take 250,000. Me believe say me, I dey find it very difficult for swallow and digest that particular allegation. Say somebody go give you 400,000 loans tickets, you pay for them, they give you temporary receipt, they don't pre-receipt, they also do bank payment, they don't do every other thing, and you are, let's say, you also get about 250,000 loans for me bribe you. Yeah? Now that's I want to establish all receipts to that particular offense where they find me brother of, where they get authority get them will be done further, even when we don't go make the reports na ACC, because now somebody will demand respect in society. If anything happen to her, if he say not genuine, a get right for sick yes. So you go ACC, and when you go ACC don't call me. We don't tell her say the needful was done. In the sense, all receipt of that payment, that offense we commit in the traffic law. We nobody, I don't believe say the law make exceptions say if you are this person, you for actually flout the law. So when they get that ticket, when a citation okay, and a road traffic act and regulation a day, when our money is so high because they do have for me serve as deterrent. So normally we can ask for payment for me and accumulate. And then we give receipts and we make sure say the money we don't pay, nobody is going to personally line his pocket with it. So they get all receipts necessary. Where it go ACC will forward that to the ACC they really know say they post the bubble, do the job. You not say it cost out, they say get a ticket of 400,000 loans and in demand back for 250,000 from a driver. We will not get evidence of that it. Because he who alleges must prove beyond reasonable doubt. But we get evidence for sure say the ticket where they get now 400,000 loans. And that ticket where they get receipt of payment for acknowledge say the money we don't pay, and then receipt say they get all. Now receipt the way both internal and external auditors them. Where they audit the organizations, Sierra Leone Safety Authority, where they always browse out, where they always peruse, when they look at each and every department and what they do.
Director,
yeah,
you sound defensive in your submission. Is it that you boldly tell the public say on a road safety cops there when they can call traffic warden, it's not possible let them take bribe na driver they hand or any other person where they can pull over?
I know going to say it's not possible, but equally the authority very sensitive of that and any other organization, because the man they will always tell us say when they actually go out for good work, you get for able to make sure say you work, you uphold the highest standard of discipline and professional integrity in the discharge of your duty, because when they look at we who in a state as ambassadors Because when you they see we give you ticket, we stop you, we give you traffic, we make sure say you get thorough here. You dey see SLI say we. So I not go entirely dispute say it not go happen. And we dey look at and say for anything of such, where they happen, we'll get evidence, we dey take necessary actions. Because we get rules and regulations them. When I will turn a dynamics the way they speak clearly, say you are not under any command for me go exhibit yourself that kind of way. And when you do the law will apply the full force of the law on you. We don't do it severally. You go remember that road safety call way na Joki Bridge where in that keke they interact. And when we say we investigate, I dey tell you authoritatively, and not even deal with three again. So I want to limit my discussion with the allegation with my big brother when I had that Williams they make that the Bobo for don't get 400,000 leaves, but it demand 250,000 leaves. Watch the tweet. That is what is in there. And when we don't discover, say the man that issue tickets to him, they pay for that ticket genuinely, and it be there in conflict with law in the sense that it be the driver on registered vehicle and on licensed vehicle. Yeah. So perhaps now that kind we get our own team where would they look at now say for the team where it go because not to that about one video. Now the whole team be there, commander they be there. There was even no need for me the Ola Magian ticket, and they also release him to go after I don't pay for the ticket. Yeah. So we look at that in a different way. But for me, my brother, I had to go able to understand, say, what did that Bobo do? I could not forward all the information to her. I'm not take as the law is just, I'm not just on the defensive side. But because this issue specifically, it showed to it clearly that the Bobo issued the ticket and my brother be the drive and register vehicle, they pay for the ticket, then they begin for show some magnanimity, they left and go. They go ECC. That is what I'm just expressing.
So director, because you say una gets proof for say the issue am tickets and it be pay for in tickets. At this point, you dey challenge lawyer Yada Williams for let it produce in your evidence we go show say the Bobo ask him for 250,000.
Of course. As a sure so we get the evidence they lead you to the decision who they take. We will make an informed judgment against the Bobo because it's a Sierra Leone like me big brother. So, but we able get that evidence, but we don't get the evidence where they clearly speak. We're very explicit, very clear. Say the Bobo get 400,000 loose tickets, and then the motion we snapper. We can even look at that cyberbullying, but because now public servant and doing something perhaps we look displeased, let make you do that. We go know waiting at the thing we go do in respect of that. But I can tell you clearly, Khadija, that as far as this issue is concerned, I want for tell me brother say they produce the evidence. We said the boss say okay, give me 250,000 euros and concurrently back again 400,000 euros ticket to pay for. That's the contention. That's the issue they look at as an institution because one forget clarity on that. We go actually lead that evidence we will get for more take info decision where you know go be on a win-win situation for both parties because both of them are citizens of Sierra Leone.
So if you not produce the evidence, una go continue for stand by una workman say and not ask for bribe at all?
Because you know produce the evidence and the workman not come, it don't show we say that tickets are there. And that ticket you pay for a pan, we don't make unnecessary, see, they don't do bank payment, where the money don't go into consolidated form. And we're an institution that is not subvented. So if the Bobo don't go to execute that kind of job, they don't come. One brother also as a citizen, in right. Now, right, as a very senior citizen, where he get a petition at this country, for me, produce evidence, we will about the demand for me again 250,000 euros.
Director, as it is now, Unadoyeri from the Anti-Corruption Commission because according to lawyer Yada Williams, through an official ex-Andolusa make this tweet, he said he'll report the matter to the Anti-Corruption Commission. If Unadoyeri from the Anti-Corruption Commission, waiting the ACC they ask una for now at this moment?
Of course, the ACC very concerned of any corruption-related issues. As you go report as a citizen, they contact me. I not be even there in town, but what I do, I try for talk to the commander in charge because we get his own zonal commander. We have a structure. I tell the commander, say you are in charge, and this is the allegation. Who me say don't see that tweet. ACC don't actually arrange for. I don't go report. What's your take on this? So they send the evidence there to me, say, no, this is not correct. So waiting we brother go say, but waiting correct now the fact that we say the driver on registered vehicle, and by law, nobody know for drive on registered vehicle in this country. So they get a ticket, and when they get a ticket, they pay for that ticket, they get all the receipt there. So I told them for all the receipt to me, because ACC go out for Siam. For me, no say you stop the man and there's allegation behind the scenes, say, this man give una 250,000. And when I say una issue ticket, the man pay for the offense we commit. So make available the necessary evidence where it will able help you for more. We also provide them to ACC. And that has been done. We don't provide them to ACC.
But me and you go agree say the allegation there so where normally people then way na drivers, bike rider, keke rider, don't they make the allegation there say una wording then they take bribe, director?
So what you basically we can tell anybody when you see a situation of that nature, you make sure there is evidence. I don't tell you say when we begin to keep breach incident what happen, where the evidence be go on social media viral, the authority is bigger than any other staff where they including myself what they talk to you. So when you do anything where they say you get the tendency for put the name of the institution into dispute, will they take necessary action against any policy, irrespective of you any kind of status today, we're not going to even look at that. So that is why we also say, my brother that Williams understands say, we know they try for actually refute what they say, but one may back out evidence. We said they say, give me 250,000 euros, and they also give you 400,000 ticket you pay for, and you pay for them. Then at the end of the day, you also say you get 250,000 or a demander, of which you can even provide an audio message to it. Where they able to tell we clearly say yes, there was that kind of conversation.
Director, now the challenge Mr. Yada Williams say if I provide evidence, if you not provide the evidence there, una will continue for standby on a traffic warden. And also you they make allegations say Mr. Yada Williams be the drive an unlicensed vehicle.
Unlicensed vehicle, yeah.
Unlicensed and unregistered vehicle we make on a cop when a Barry being pulled over.
Not only Barry, now he be there with a whole operation team. He was not alone. Now a whole operation team when a zonal operation team where they be get. Now only they be instruct say go and intercept this man, interrogate him. If you realize they in conflict with the law based on the offense, get a ticket. Not to anyone be the woko.
But according to Director Tongi, you not be there at the scene. You they talk based on waiting the operations team will be there on the ground report to you. You not be there at the scene. You they talk now based on reports. And according to lawyer Yada Williams in tweet, he say he identify himself say in a somebody we connected to the law. It tell them say in a person we connected to the law, but with all this way how he introduced himself, then go ahead again and ask him for 250,000 leons. When according to him na a bribe.
So that 250,000 you give to that wording, and the process where it give as somebody who illegally minded, long-standing. Now that evidence we won't forget, so that we'll be able to take necessary action against this personnel for what he do. We will not decide anybody, but waiting at the evidence we'll get now at time. We're able to provide you to it. Now the fact that the interceptor and the drive motor car not registered, they get a ticket, and when they get this ticket, it pay for them. As a law-abiding citizen, pay for the ticket. And they get all necessary receipt for sure. Say that money we don't pay is not going to individual pocket. They don't pay on a consolidated form.
Okay.
So if you set now the deposit say, okay, I go give Khadija money. They enable for how Khadija actually take the money. They are essentially Khadija don't also exercise in the law to as based on what they are the law. How you go look at the issue? It will be conflicting. So we are respectfully asking my big brother for make it will actually give you the evidence, and that evidence will give you about the allegation of somebody receiving 250,000 euros and concurrently again 400,000 euros ticket we pay for them, so that we'll be able to get that kind of disparity, we'll be able to and we'll take necessary action.
All right.
So director, you think say the lawyer go lie if at all they not get that kind of conversation, you think say it go come out public and tweet and make them kind of allegations, then they, if not true?
I'm not going to tell you say the lie because now somebody of repute that can be said. But equally again, when you make any allegation, that allegation you get for proof out evidence. No so. No so. So the evidence of that 250,000, the discussion, the conversation, now the authority won't forget because we don't get actually the receipt of that payment we doing at 400,000 and within a conflict in all of this, you say wait, you know, you drive somebody can't give you 400,000 ticket, it will ask 250,000 bribe from you again. Is that possible?
All right, just hold on the line. Let we try for talk to the lawyer and hear waiting he gets for say towards this. Good morning, Mr. Williams, and welcome to the Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.
Good morning.
All right, you just don't listen. That's not be the voice of the director of traffic, where be the talk regarding an issue where you tweet this week. Also, you allege say a traffic warden along Wilkinson Road, they ask you for 250 loans, where it been gets issue with you because you be the driver of vehicle when not been licensed. And according to the traffic warden, the director of traffic who we just talked to, then they challenge you, say, you for produce an evidence where go show, say, this particular warden be ask you for 250 loans because then gets evidence where they show, say, they be give you a ticket and you been pay for them. What do you make up of this?
Me not get the full narration of what this man say. You know, I just get a small bit. I would have loved to hear his entire comment, right? But it shows a lot of arrogance on his part. You know, firstly, this man stopped. I was driving a vehicle, and this other vehicle did behind me, and he pulled the vehicle over, and then I stopped, and then we had exchanges, and you know, for a very long time, did a lot of intimidating tactics with me because the vehicle that was accompanying me is owned by me. You know, did a lot of intimidating things. You know, eventually he asked me to. Well, I mean, all of those things happened in the eyes of the public. You know, outside my vehicle. At some point, he asked me, "So go inside my vehicle." You know, so I left, you know, and went to my vehicle, and then he came at the window and demanded the 250,000 loans. And immediately I stepped out and come back outside the public. The one waiting make he ask me for go private when all the discussions are taking place in the eyes of the public. You know, quite clearly, immediately I called the anti-corruption commissioner and made a report. You know, and you know, additionally, even in public, he said, "Oh, I can issue you with a receipt for 250,000, a fine of 400,000. When you move me on a private, you ask me for 250, and then you come back, you say, do you have a discretion to reduce the fine?" I mean, there's certain evidence, and you can prove somebody's guilt without direct evidence or based on circumstantial evidence. Right? The fact that he could pull me, go private, wait to go for go discuss that we could not have discussed in public. Eventually, I paid because I did not have a problem paying fines. So the nonsense or whatever way they talk about, as if paying 400,000 exculpate somebody, I was going to pay. You know, they pay bribes. So instead of paying 250,000 loans to him, I chose. I mean, I paid what I don't indulge in criminal activities. They know how bad and terrible the people can be. Not like some people and they accuse like then director has to say then what they did the work, collect money and go give them at the end of the day. I mean, he should be ashamed of himself.
Mr. Williams, so Director Kaitongi is say based on the report where Barry go give them now that you be the drive an unlicensed and unregistered vehicle will make them pull you over. Is that true?
Of course, that is correct. I mean, I'm not denying that. right? But I mean, I should not pay bribes because so I was not driving the vehicle. I said I was somebody. I was driving a vehicle, and that vehicle was accompanying me, right? And that doesn't warrant the payment of a bribe. That is the issue here. I mean, if somebody flouts the law, right, you have penalty. Don't call me into a room for good demand and payment of a bribe. That is the criminal aspect. And that is what I want accountability for.
So Dr. Tongi now sound very defensive that him believe based on the evidence the way he say Barry don't go provide to them.
What is the evidence?
The evidence where Dr. Tongi said then gets now that they issue you a ticket and you pay for it.
Does that? I mean, what does that evidence? What does that evidence say? It says that I paid the fine instead of bribing. I did not bribe. They wanted me to bribe him. That is the issue. If I bribed him, I would not have paid the fine. So I mean, I did what was right.
So at this stage, is it that you say not get any evidence for proof because you say you don't take the case to the Anti-Corruption Commission, but the SLRS said they ask now that you provide an evidence we go show say then Warden really ask you for money.
They could have called me, right? I mean, not to all evidence, not to all matter to get a documentary evidence of video or recording. I mean, that's what is called circumstantial evidence. Why did he call me into a room? Why did he call me to go and talk to him in my car? As soon as I came out, I was so angry. And there were people there, we see where he said, I could go talk inside the vehicle. Who could go talk inside the vehicle when a secret? Except he wanted to indulge in fraudulent and criminal activities. I mean, this director should be ashamed of himself.
Director
Tongi. They accuse and say that people and they collect money on the street for them. Instead of you come to me and ask me for the explanation, you're gonna publicly talk all sorts of rubbish.
Hold on, Mr. Williams. Director Tongi, just listen to Mr. Yada Williams. For the warden call him na corner and ask him
inside my vehicle. Inside my vehicle.
Okay, he come inside in vehicle and ask him for pay this 250,000, 400,000, sorry.
250.
250,000. And for he believes say enough for doing in isolation, enough for doing in secret. That's not the issue where lawyer Yada Williams gets with Barry.
Okay, I want to tell him plenty thanks. I also for me understand say as a day way I be tell you say na somebody of repute I get respect for me also respect me say that name I get Kaitonge way you dey call so a name will come out from a family way synonymous with specific areas in this country na Kisitongi chief don. May also respect that and that way they talk to me. May also give me some amount of respect so that I go know what they tell me because me like a director and I don't believe say based on me job what they do I even need for all of the allegations where they make but when they go collect money give me that's the kind of person I be. May forget about that entirely, yeah. But I go also as a big brother for me understand say that issue we also say as a lawyer. Somebody don't go enter na you don't break you off, which they accept and they say, they allow person for me a cow the rubbish they did to you for me you can bribe. They don't go begin that conversation they able forget evidence-based report on that. Those are all the things we want. Because the moment we get out, they take action, even your other self will be surprised, say, hey, SLI say, why wanna do this? To be very honest, well, yeah, Khadija. So let me learn, please. Let me learn, sir. So in all of this, waiting Aguame also brother Yada Williams understand that I don't agree, say, now register vehicle and be able to inside that vehicle be there behind her. In the before was very decent, perfect. Yeah, so no big issue. But because that motor be the escorter and they don't hold that motor car for an offense of unregistered or license, they became interested in the matter because now again link with that vehicle. More we understand, I want to make this very clear. And that even all of the allegations they made about entering a motor car, this we only need pictorial evidence of this. I know say not to all things pass you get pictorial evidence, you get circumstantial evidence. But the evidence that they based on how I manage snap the bubble. Why snapper? Now for me keep evidence. So equally, if that Bobby go inside you must cartel, say, give me money, 250,000, and you get evidence of her. We don't pass this stage you start with it. But waiting now the thing we very tricky. Now the fact that the Bobo give 400,000 ticket for driving an unregistered vehicle. And the driver will be the drive. Then they control of the vehicle because that's what the law says. And not to the driver, but you get linked with the motor car indirectly at that material time, which we acknowledge that. But may also understand, say, the evidence study, when we get them, we also collaborate with the 400,000 with the Bobodo issue, and you don't also take 250,000 loans.
All right, Director.
Take 250,000 leons. Nobody not take 250,000 leons for goodness sake.
They ask for
right?
You. For me, you get 250,000.
The guy, all of this took place in all the initial aspect took place in public, outside of the vehicle. He wanted to do his criminal activities. He said, "We'll go to the vehicle," and we left. We go inside and put in the glass door. And
when are the pictorial evidence we send
demand?
That pictorial evidence we send to speak volume. And you know what I think very clear about that picture we say about that, bro? He was in action after he don't issue ticket. What actually you see the ticket I have? We don't issue, and you examine that serial number and the ticket will give you. At that time, we snapper.
Mr. Williams, as it is now, Director Kaitongi continue for challenge you, say you not get evidence, na the motoka for sure say this particular warden demand a bribe from you.
It is not part of their scheme to defend illegal conduct, right? It is not part of their scheme. Somebody calls you into his vehicle, into your vehicle, right? Say, no, go talk. That's part of the moments, that 1 second or 1 minute day. Right? How do you expect him? How me go no send a bribe the casco? How do I put anything on recording? You know, he should be ashamed of himself. I mean, he should be apologizing to the public and apologizing to me, rather than coming and making lame and defense of somebody's criminal conduct. Not to me no more than the oppressed. I mean, if they can do it to me, can you imagine what they're doing to the ordinary citizens of this country?
So you continue for pursue the matter in as much as you know gets the pictorial evidence for proof they ask for the money.
Pictorial evidence for proof any offense.
But that director stand by now say then will continue for defend Barry until you produce evidence.
Nonsense. It is nonsense. You don't need pictorial evidence for proof somebody's criminality. You don't. Who's saying read law? You didn't know about evidence.
So you continue for pursue the matter?
Of course. Continue with anti-corruption, even in your office, where probably they remain so right now, because I don't think he has the authority of the leadership of your office. They're coming to see me this morning at 10 o'clock. Not pursuing it. I've spoken with the anti-corruption commissioner on Tuesday, and he has his own line of action. I mean, this nonsense got to stop.
Director, quickly clarify this, say if any warden get right for go inside the vehicle of whoever don't come into conflict to the law. Barry been get right for go inside that motocar.
You enter a motocar like unregistered motocar, you tell and say drive these people to the office.
Is they part of when I lost them?
That's part of arrest. Arrest now anything they do where they limitate the person movement at that material time. So you can able for arrest somebody, tell and say this people is not licensed, and because we have the authority to license it, you say take it to SLIC for license. And I also want for me brother, I'm a big brother Yada Williams, abundantly understand see even the call we play a caller yesterday with the discourse that I was there. Men who say I'm very okay with whatever that's happening in my department. Yeah, and that is where we get an executive director for any issue where it's seen on social media. You the head of department. They call you for me, see how you do a thorough follow-up on it. So I was part of that team yesterday, and we even want to do a press release because we don't say the people don't count the evidence. And in the tell me say, I don't need for real law for mechano within a traffic offense, a street liability offense, where if they say you cannot license, like when say don't agree, say it's not license at all. And our offense that they give ticket for her. So if they give ticket for her, you don't pay that ticket. And let's say somebody go also in your own passion, thing, and they ask you payment you give money, of which you know lawyer, you know to that kind of until we na mongo. where you don't know what did happen. You go able to forget actually evidence. Why this man they cannot multiply in the first place? If you don't make any go, you know they tolerate corruption. To be very honest with you, Khadija.
All right.
But the man don't enter, you has any evidence, you say they do based on circumstantial because he enter at the motorcar. He can enter at the motorcar for testing. Let's get to SLIC. Or we don't get to SLIC. Let me issue citation. And you pay for it. And you don't pay for it.
You know, again,
so
you can see
I want me respect me like I expect. I'm not going to discuss the issue. Because the issue we discuss, I'm not part of it. I only happen to be head of department.
Right? Right.
You understand,
could I be heard?
Yeah?
Yes, hold on, Director. Hold on.
Right. There were 2 vehicles involved. My vehicle was fully licensed. The unlicensed and unregistered vehicle was driving behind me. That was the vehicle that was pulled over. Now, my own vehicle, when I had no issues, now he asked me for going to. Right? And then, spur of the moment, who records that? This guy, they talk like everybody forgets secret camera or forgets audio recording, right? You know, if he talk to me, the camera radio, the make like kind and found and incomprehensible and statements and they, you know. I mean, I wasn't prepared for this, and I don't like even speaking to the media. But you just called me and I decided to talk, right? But the bottom line is people have been harassed, people have been molested, even after I get this encounter, right? Somebody called me about, we see this guy in picture, this Barry. He says a notorious person. He said every day, the harassing fleet of vehicles. This guy they do solar business. They're just harassing people, making money, milking people. What was interest I get for make allegations against them? There's several times who they encounter wardings, then we pull you over, you go talk to them, even if you're not you forget, say you lie, you insurance don't expire, you go talk to them, you beg them, you say, oh yes, I will go do it immediately, or probably I was out of town. I don't give bribes. I don't make false allegations.
All right. Quick one, Director. You don't listen to Lawyer Yada. He said they continue for pursue this matter, and you continue for challenge him for showing a pictorial evidence where Barry can inside a motor car and they hold on, Director. Barry, hold on, please. Una continue for challenge and say until it's shown a pictorial evidence where Barry can inside a motor car and ask for this alleged bribe. If not, you will continue for stand by Barry and defend them based on the evidence where Barry don't give you.
We get internal investigation we don't conduct around the process. Immediately we see on our social media, yeah, Khadija. We a lot of other rules of engagement they look at in traffic management, in roadside checks. Officing, we look at that issues today. From what we see, how Barry be conduct itself, if he be misconduct itself unprofessionally, even when he get tickets, we equally also ask me big brother. I still in Brother Ada Williams. For me, if we're able for you supporting document or evidence where we're able for use, for now say, okay, this will be a collaborator. We don't because as I talk to investigation don't start yesterday on Barry.
All right.
Yeah, Miss Brother Ada no say SLIS is bigger than Barry. And even myself when I talk to her. But equally all of the allegations say the way people say, hey, Barry is this, Barry is that. But you know to them, me go on SLIC, not just part of the last part. We be part of that guy with the sack, yeah. So if you do anything, if you say it will put the name of the institution to distribute way bigger than all of us, we also sack her without. But we therefore also take into cognizance because I believe also expect me big brother say again a lot of dignitaries in SLIC we sabi. Even the company said to sabi them very well. If this kind of issue don't happen and you not look satisfied with the conduct of the officers as a very senior public servant, I be express and say for don't call people ready. More we sit down, we discuss it rather just quickly go to social media, go do that kind of thing, go na ACC, and we don't provide the evidence of ticket being issued to the vehicle, paid for, receipt generated onto bank level. So So wetin e go want from us say equally because na Sierra Leone, the ED don't institute investigation today. If there's any need for us to meet with him, for more also get additional evidence, that will do. But when they try for me Twitter, for more do anything where we feel say this, it also deal within the remit of the law on the part of the personnel we send a citizen like that.
All right.
Then we take any decision, we not go tell where on that.
All right, thank you, Director, for clarifying this issue. As it is now, Mr. Williams, SLRSA continue for standby. Barry then believe say Barry not commit any offense. According to the law, then Barry get right for go inside you motorcar and ask for the fine where you pay. And according to them, then get the evidence.
It's this director that is talking, not SLRSA. Right? It doesn't represent SLRSA. I can tell you that. SLRSA, the executive director called me. He called me on Tuesday when he saw this. His tone is completely different from what this person is putting across. Right? It's completely different. I mean, you have rogue elements. You know that they have rogue elements amongst them. And they should be therefore concerned for nippling in the board rather than giving them oxygen to criminals as this director is doing. He should be ashamed of himself, this director. It doesn't represent the SLRSA. Those level-headed people at the SLRA called me yesterday and they seen me at 10 this morning.
So you ready for support the SLRSA with the investigation where directors say that they do currently?
I've said that to you. Even if anti-corruption wants to charge him, I'll go to court and testify. I'll make a statement to them.
All right. Many thanks where you join me this morning at the breakfast show.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. That's now lawyer Yada Williams. On Tuesday, he make a tweet. They allege say a traffic warden be ask him for a 250,000 euros bribe. And you listen to Director Augustine Kaitongi, when are the Director of Traffic and Enforcement from the SLRSA. Well, it clearly shows say this issue not done yet. And Liberty TV, we go continue for follow-up on this issue and see how it go end. And according to Yada, it don't pursue this matter to the Anti-Corruption Commission. And Director Kaitongi confirms say yes, then Self don't send all the evidence we then get to the ACC. We will look after this issue and we go bring Una the latest update on this particular issue. We continue the breakfast show. This na Liberty TV, as always, we there so for bring Una all the story them we get for do with public interest. So they can look at the main story now we get for do with the reversal or the reopening of the East and West corridor by the Ministry of Transport. As soon as been see a press statement where the Ministry of Transport been pulled, say because of they not get sufficient Waka Fine bus they again for ply their routes there, so they don't open and out to the general public. And the term where them close their routes there, so the drivers union, the keke riders, and also the bike riders union be raise serious concern because they say their routes there, so where the Ministry of Transport be don't block, they embargo them. And you gonna know what's in more of the reason them why they open them corridor they are back. Although the press release where them pull states say they not get sufficient Waka Fine bus they again. Outside the Waka Fine bus they don't go, you go know inside this edition of the breakfast show. And also go talk to somebody who always done the right in independent opinion from the time where the Waka Fine bus project and start when Victor Akomengot. He go tell we waiting on your opinion about the management of the Waka Fine bus them. Waiting make the bus then don't reduce to a point that the ministry put a press release and say then they open back the East and West corridor them where them be don't block say not just the Waka Fine bus them for the ply them particular routes there. So in case you get question, you want for add your voice to the conversation, send we you message on the number +232 74 200 545 +232 74 200 545. Now the number where you for call for let you send you message or your thoughts in any of the issues them where we they discuss inside this edition of the breakfast show. Or they can look at the different player them na the transport sector and the one them will be affected by the decision where the Ministry of Transport be make say then they block them particular corridor there so just for the Waka Fine bus them. Now that's according to the ministry, the bus they don't reduce and they don't open and back. Wait till they make up of them particular decision there, so you go know inside the breakfast show this morning.
All right. And remember, see yourself with the watch, can drop your message, ask your question, make your comments regarding the issue we get for do with the public transports, where we see that they open the east and west corridors and back to the public as they been banned them not for use them because the Waka Fine bus them be deployed and routes here and give time them way the public set for use them. Well, they don't open the routes and back. Let me just start forget the views of people who have been concerned regarding this particular issue. We the first go to Kainane Conte when appear for the drivers union. On a member where this issue been come up now one of the people in this we've been talked to for no waiting and feel like where the government been say start inside and they where they not be supposed for the use, especially the term them way the Waka Fine boss them they use them. Would they go on the phone and get Kainane? Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show, Mr. Conte.
Yes, good morning, Madam Khadija Bangura. Good morning, Liberty TV.
All right,
first of all, I'm going to the PRA again, the Deputy Secretary General now.
All right. Like we just don't tell the viewers them. You know one person where we've been talked to back then in February 2024, where government be make the Waka Fine bus them begin run and then be limit certain corridors them where una not been supposed for the use the term them where the Waka Fine bus them they pass. But we see this week the Ministry of Transport say in collaboration with una and the drivers union, then they open their corridors here temporarily because the bus they not back again waiting at streets. Firstly, just tell we how una and the ministry come to this decision for open the corridor yaso back temporarily?
Well, through constant engagement, constant meetings with the ministry, with the give them constant updates about the difficulties of our business, about the difficulties of membership they go through, about the difficulties of the people and at the east part of Freetown, as you can tell, especially east part. From the east part of Freetown for going to the CBD area, we get very limited road for the most crowded part population at the western urban. The Kisi Road, when at the main one, the Hill Bypass, and the Flobe Road, all that they then industrial, Motkade, the Waka containers and other things. So it is so difficult to adapt to that particular condition in the east part of Freetown as compared to the west part. Now I make them be easier. Initially, when they start totally will not be using from 6 to 9. But they look the condition the first 1, 2, 3 days will happen, then decide to know the user after 10. But still been difficult because even though the buses may be insufficient in the initial stage, by the time they left Calbaton for Gunatong, already don't full in capacity. The people that would along the road them very much limited for them, impossible for them. The other modes can't take them. So the situation be chaotic. But as a responsible institution, we don't believe in violence, we don't believe in arrogance, we don't believe in defiance, we believe in commitment through obedience to the law. We abide by rules and regulations, that we keep on knocking at the doors of the ministry, giving them updates about the situation, and then we come to the realization as a government for to say, oh, I believe say it is better we give the people them their own leverage, their own rights, because we believe say transport and competition. The motorcar license and the license, everybody forget equal rights. Now open market system with operate naturally, not a monopoly. If you allow other people for count, everybody can count cement, import and cancel. Why you not go allow everybody for running motorcar the same corridor or license for? So all of these things will be doing not with arrogance, will be doing with patience, and will be doing with perseverance.
So in as much as they make that call at that time, a lot of cries been there from the public also for letting open the corridor. But governments at that time not been agreed for open the corridor. Now they don't pull a release from the Ministry of Transport where they indicate clearly they say many buses they not in activity again. We make temporarily, then they open the corridor for let all begin use them. And the drivers union, based on the discussions where they get back then, on have been supposed to get shares pandem boss here them business. Firstly, let we know what happen to the boss them, where the number don't reduce, where make on a don't agree for open the corridor.
Well, the corridor enclosed one not to be we own decision, because if you ask me, absolutely and totally I be seeing a social injustice, not correct at all. But as a citizen of any state, a lawful state, you can abide by rules and regulation. You will be obedient to the state, not because of everything what the state they do towards you, correct? But just because they're the most civilized
Hello? Hello? All right. We seem for Mr. Conte. All right, you still over the breakfast show where they come to you live on Liberty Online TV and members in this edition of the breakfast show today. We look at the issue we get for do with the transport sector. We go back to Kindane on the phone. Yes, Kindane, I've been asked earlier because on our supposed forget shares na the Waka Fine boss then run one. The public go like for no. What happen when a few boss them they apply now we make governments don't say and they open the corridors back to everybody?
Whether they left to the management team, drivers union, no they inside the management team at all. They get the people where the share and be allotments. Then be allot initially, as we all know, say the projects now World Bank granted projects for like at least they're able to help the transport industry in Sierra Leone. Then we wanna be the local informal transport operators with a metamorphose to a formal transport operators. At the end of the allotments, initial allotments, and the 30% allotments. It's like somebody preparing a meal. They say this is Khadija Bangura or Liberty TV, and then dish this. It doesn't mean there is food on it. They will tell you, say you get a bowl of this. But for like you will get a dish, a food inside that dish, you will pay money, and the initial money will be supposed to pay for that 30% share. Now be 865,000 newly, so now 865 million. By then we know on crossroad, Cox business, so they try for going to transition. It was difficult for them to pay that money. So at the end of the day, they slides down to 15. Then go give to other capitalists then for take charge of the business when we don't ever day in public transport operations. So the 15% of the left for we now 9,000 newly, so now 9 million now been paid as a sign of commitment or acknowledgement of what's in our lottery. So that's in what we pay for. In every reach 1%. What they calculate and at 0.something%. So that share then a nomenclature. And not in actuality. As if we they get 30% or 15% direct dividend from waiting common. No, it was just a nomenclature that you deserve this one, but at least if you pay. And since if you not pay, no, if somebody say you deserve a house or an apartment in this building where they construct, but at least if you pay, if you not pay, that doesn't actualize say now you get the department. So that be a pronouncement and allotment. So that is how long get the public view very clear.
Kinda quickly before we left you, how you go assess generally the operation and management of the Waka Fine bus there? We don't reach to a point now where would they read the Ministry of Transport they tell the public say the bus them not sufficient again?
Well, that one day now just like a situation we are in, we know for the neglect, the local operators them, when our individuals them personal income, them blood and sweats, where them don't use for serve the need of the people of this country. Thousands and thousands of vehicles them born them during the war. When our private people them would car, there was no subsidy for that. And when there were sometimes when I say instability day within the nation, you they see say that they destroy people that would car on our private owned vehicles. But with the coming of Waka Fine, it's as if those vehicles are not relevant, they're not important. So one question why they ask, this question is so important. Today, many people they feel say we as drivers union, we don't grow financially stable. But look at somebody a vehicle with a grant of 50 million United States dollar plus 2 million Sierra Leone, their own support from the government of Sierra Leone. Then procure bus system. Look the time frame where they start for run them brand new buses. Then the cost when they pay per fare is 10 leons. Initially, very recently to 8 million. If they're not able to maintain them buses today, what about the innocent and purpose where they go buy a motor car? Then you condition and select take for 4 million just because you want popular, so but you want to be good to the nation with 4 millions. Then that person able manage them and they say today we not ground down operation. We not ever said today put out and all the bosses and all the yet we don't sustain, we don't go through the crucibles, we don't go through the hurdles, we don't succeed. These don't tell people they say this like testament or say drivers union. Now the real providers of public transports in this country, irrespective of all the difficulties. Transport to they run at 10 years, now they grind down. Transport to they run at 8 million. Very recently they grind down. But motorcar they want to operate at 5 million, 4 million. Today we don't survive. So this shows say we are very, very much prudent in terms of transport management in this country.
So remember they don't begin apply the routes and back because as at yesterday morning, we been getting information say along Wilkinson Road, for example, not everybody be don't know, they not be they allow them for use day. This morning, another monitor for ensure say they don't get access to both the east and west corridors whether open to them.
Yes, and we don't correspond to them because after the meeting, we'll be the wait for the public and the press release for they come out. But you know when they're not used to that, and certain people they want for use that, some public officials go and use that for corrupt the situation within the limited time where they post the information, go out, take to the information, take to the time where the people then go able for get the information.
All right.
We don't send people that are then located on the outside and be divert.
All right, thank you very much, Kindane. We talked to we this morning and give you updates from the drivers union on the decision where the Ministry of Transport don't take say. Then they open back the east and west corridor them where them they don't block say that just the Waka Fine bus them they apply the. Well, outside the ministry been pull a press release. Outside and say they don't open them corridor there the air so when at the eastern and the western because they don't get sufficient Waka Fine bus them anymore. And where this particular project be begin, one person will always don't give in opinion and in belief say from the get-go the management the way they set up for the Waka Fine bus them not been proper. And in a Victor Akumengot, who done the host time na Liberty TV several times from where this particular project been done at the inception stage where government been get this grant from World Bank. It be done again opinion and at some point it be the part of the team where the government will try for set up experts them for let them go able for implement this particular project. But at some point it left the team and now government don't pull a press release say they not get sufficient Waka Fine bus there again, so then they open the east and west corridor. Good morning, Mr. Akumengot.
Good morning, Khadija. Good morning, with people in a salon.
All right, like I tell with viewers there, many a time we don't since last year we don't get this conversation with you, and you don't share your experience as somebody who get wealth of experience in transportation. Now that the government don't come out and tell the public say they not get sufficient Waka Fine bus there again, what do you think say go wrong?
Well, I feel to say what thing go wrong now because of how they put everything together. Because first of all, we get for know who that are the owners them of the company when a metro transport company where they run the buses. The very people that way they complain. The Poda and Bus Owners Association, the Passenger Welfare, the what happen when we do this project, we not been get a single company we're capable and get the skills for manage such a project or such a bus company. So everything was put together. The people that we select for manage the company, now from there, shareholders here, now they will take them. We give them training, send them go Nigeria, then they go observe, then they come back. But then they may forget contract with the new public transport authority. We forget the route license for supervise them. Now there the breakdown come because the whole idea of the project now for separate regulation for management. But what can happen now? The public transport authority now not even give the company operating license. Even the contract, they operate for 9 months, they not get contract. So the problem are the supervision and the regulation, and also the new people that will take over the company, they sack all the people that we originally trained, and they were in charge now, then they get challenged for manage the bus system. That is the problem.
Now that the Ministry of Transport don't come out and say they not get sufficient bus them anymore. One go they wonder waiting exactly happen on the bus them. And you self don't confirm say now the management of the bus them been get problem. As somebody who get experience in transportation and you been there from the onset of this project, you believe say them bus they are so still available or na maintenance they need?
Okay, wetin happen with the bus them? Because when you dey do planning, you dey look at the fleet capacity where you need for run the routes them. Originally, this na been the first phase. When at the west corridor na from Lumley to Central Business District, the east corridor na from Kalbatong to Central Bus District. So if we can get the full fleet of 50 buses them, 34 of them buses them did them for the run at the eastern corridor. And 16 for the run at the western corridor. And the way we plan them, and for make sure say then they run in the morning peak hours, which we call headway. That means every 10 to 15 minutes, you forget one bus where they run. But also the problem starts when the bus then come. Now 49 come, one be left behind. Out of the 49 we come, the highest number of buses the way Waka Fine ever operates. Now, 43, right? But right now, from the report we get, there are about 14 buses then grounded. Okay, waiting to them buses they grounded. They initially didn't get manufacturing fault, and that manufacturing fault, if you get them, now the way they arrange for the procurement, they may forget warranty. And we for go back for let and correct them fault 10 days. So now they know they operate a full fleet. So for the two corridor, we forget 50 buses them. If not 34 buses they gone, it means that you don't get a big gap in the capacity. So that is the problem. And now, who for pay for them buses and then who for responsible for maintenance? The Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority, when the regulator, where we've been trying for separate regulation for operation, they still get control over the buses there. And then they determine things to do with maintenance, fares, and everything. So that is the problem. So there's no direct separation between the role of the regulator and the operator. And now, even the company, they not even get operator's license.
Based on your experience now, the transport sector, what do you think say need for be done for fix this?
Two things need to be done. One, everybody get for play a role. The regulator get for continue when at the Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority, now then for get a supervisory role. And then for also work with the other authorities them for make sure so you get proper. And the one the way they do traffic management and traffic control are the police, SLRSA, then are the one. Number two, we get for look at the management of Metro Transport Company. Provide guidance for them, provide training. And when we set them up, there was a clear distinction between the board and the management. So now what not happen, the board they play a dual role when they manage and they interfere in the operation of the buses. So now that's not the problem. The management structure of the company is wrong. That has to be changed. That has to be reviewed. And the regulator go for play their own role for monitor, supervise, and make sure say everything they go according to the contract. And even issue an operator license, because that's what the law say. The law say that the Public Transport Authority put license. And at that they show the standards of operation and how they monitor. That is where the problem is.
If in the near future, then able for fix this particular problem, is it advisable for let them close and corridor your back as they say that temporarily they open them?
Well, to be honest with you, this corridor not being closed. Waiting happen at the traffic management system where we don't plan, 9 they not work to date because the two sections them, the Bibure Road and the Wilkins Road, not dual carriage with them. The original idea now for say during morning and evening peak, one lane for the Waka Fine buses. Morning peak, they talk about 7 o'clock, from 6 o'clock to about 10, evening for 4 to 7. If they may go with that plan, they get an operator
where they operate. Therefore, no who they get license for operating that route there. Because in Sierra Leone now, all routes say now free for all. We not get control for say the number of buses or the type of buses or the standard of buses. So now that's the problem. Now the regulatory aspect for fix. And if they fix the regulatory aspect, everybody go run clearly and we will able to get proper transport system. That is where the problem lies.
Government in, government out. They don't get serious challenge for provide public transport for citizens them. During the previous government, same bus issues then be happen again, where we be see the former Minister of Transport been go buy bus them, carry them for the people of Sierra Leone. They not use them reach 2 years, the bus they all don't broke down. Now Waka Fine, they get challenge. Also, if we say government don't they miss over the years, we make them not able for provide adequate transportation for the citizens.
Well, if you look at even before, over 90% of public transport in the private sector. What do you mean they happen? Road Transport Corporation, before they stop her now, they have been both a regulator and a provider. The project say now, let public transport regulation from operation. Let them capacitate the private sector for provide the buses. And we provide the private sector, they say get forget guidance, we not get experienced company them. And when they manage bus, you get forget plan preventive maintenance. What I mean say plan preventive maintenance, you get forget a maintenance structure, you get forget proper scheduling structure. The regulator now also get for set fares. And when they set fares, you get for look at the operational cost of the transport system. So now that's not the system. All we to try for do for separate regulation from operation not take place again. Because they not change the system now where the regulator is now the operator as well. Because now make it clear. Waka Fine buses them already in the same private sector they run them, but they are owned by government. And at that not the thing, so then change the goalpost.
All right, many thanks, Victor Akumengot. We join with this morning for Giwi your experience. And the quick one, the issue of corruption. Now one way don't they come up now the transport sector. You think say Sierra Leone transport sector not they able for work proper based on corruption issues?
Well, when you talk about corruption issues, now two ways. Yeah? And like bribery and corruption. The one way they take the bribe and the one way they give the bribe. The key issue now for monitor the whole system. You get several ways for monitor. You can use technology and everything. Then you get for train the enforcement officers them and also sensitize the public. If then thing and they be done, like simple thing. I mean, the SLRSA and the police supposed to get a registered vehicle, licensed vehicle, and they can get a modern system where they can able access and instantly would have break the law, would have vehicle not registered. The insurance company don't lead that because now you can call, you check your insurance. If they improve the system and get proper monitoring, I think so we will reduce corruption, but we're not going to wipe them out.
All right. Thank you very much, Victor. We talked to you this morning. A pleasure, as always, for engage you on issues that we get for route transportation. All right, that's now Victor Akumengot, an expert in transportation. But they give in your opinion, but waiting, it thinks say go wrong with the Waka Fine bus them. And as we all see the press release, we come out from the Ministry of Transport and Aviation for inform the general public and stakeholder in the transport sector say, then they open back the east and west corridors where them be done lock to the private or commercial vehicle them for a particular time because now the Waka Fine then bus they no more be supposed for apply them routes then they. Well, yesterday we be there in conversation with the Deputy Minister of Transport, Rex Bonapha, we be supposed for join with this morning for can't tell we waiting exactly go wrong with the Waka Fine bus them and why then decide for temporarily open then corridor there so we then be done block to commercial vehicle. But unfortunately this morning, according to it say it gets a family emergency we making able for join we. But hopefully, we will try for bring the minister out in deputy cam for let it explain to the general public what exactly go wrong with the Waka Fine bus them. Many thanks for you join with this morning, and the production team, Princess Pierce, we produce the program, Musa Saukuma and Samuel Thomas. Now then support the production team with technical support. We make this edition of the Breakfast Show reach you. Continue for watch Liberty TV throughout the day, as this now the only digital platform also you get stories them of public interest. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a good day.
All right, till we meet again, Mabel Kabade, so get a good day and goodbye.
Mina Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown, and I want Rob Mott Lilibit for this proposed plan for divide Freetown into 3 cities. The reason why government give, they're saying that because of development, they're saying that because of improving service delivery. I can tell you up front, any city where they, who side we not plan the use of land, you not get land use planning, who side building permits, they're not effective, it go mean to say access will be a problem. And also access not a problem, you will get challenged with disaster, you will get challenged with emergency access, you will get challenged with sanitation. And let me watch for we self, the reality of waiting 45% of we city actually fever.
Me 3 grand picking there with me picking in wealth in mama. They're all not dying at this water crisis because people block the place where the water can be just can't flush the hose. Then 4 die.
People just they build all side. So even this community what this place them when an access road where vehicle for come. As soon as you the kind side, so you na be access road. If incidents happen now, vehicle one kind side, ambulance one kind side. Now this community for can collect, let's just say emergency. I wanna feel say that the ambulance go can side. They pass them to and can go na the main line.
You see, we start Mapia, motor no de kaya, bike no de kaya, or say bike de kaya.
We try to cool and safe. This clean salon business. For kind size in able enter. Pass we take the dirty them. Don't go on our side. So don't build at the place.
You see? Then the Tidana way the community people, then they pull from and where they see small rain, where then the two and then drainage. Now then they wash now the streets where we can see. You know, I feel like one time where rain come by Kisi Road, where at the pass, rain come, I see a huge dirty in the middle of the street. You know, where because of people don't get that ideology and that mindset, they say where rain come, then garbage, they only forgot to run a gutter, let water wash them. And forget say now the city then the dirty. You know, I feel I'm for the council people on that day because them don't work that morning day, then where rain come, then come back, then can't sweep.
All this now because of planning all day. All man they do so better. Try to look inside for gather the dirty them. For care and gonna do. Some people are not get choice, so you go give them clean, so you clean, so you bubble. You go left the people and do what's there.
Because they don't say Freetown City Council, holy solely, they're facing a council they do road, they're facing a council they give building permit, let people and build a road, let people and block us and access road where people want to car for pass or try for kind side for collect people and not to mayor they in charge of giving building permits, not to mayor they in charge of making road. We get the SLRSA, we get the Ministry of Lands, when are they in charge of issue those things to people where you know they do them thing and they. If law and order no they all man they go do no more what he wants, who side salon they go?
Freetown City Council not give up. We still move forward with new sanitation bylaw, and we really expect for see continued improvements because we don't make improvements. Dividing the city, the situation go worse because the Lily money we for go towards service delivery will now go for run the operating cost of 2 additional councils. So let we not fix the wrong problem. The problem we need for fix, now the problem of service delivery. Dividing Freetown, not get for fix down and day.
Country like Salon also every decision that touch the life of plenty people. One program they bring the voice of the people to the heart of politics.
This na Politics and the People, the program where they give the power to the people, explain the truth, and bring the leader them close to the citizen them.
Real discussion, real voice them, real impact. Join the debate and make them hear your voice.
Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. na you platform where they turn up for the truth and civil engagement. Only on Liberty Online TV.
Let me talk about politics. Let me talk about people.
Term them like this, where politics they shape with future, career they define we path them, and the economy they touch everybody in life.
Big thank you to
One program where they ask the hard question them and same way so bring the answer them close to you, face to face with the movers and shakers, the voice them will matter, the issue them will count. One time per week, one big name, one big issue, one-on-one on Liberty Online TV. Every Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. with Khadija Bangura. One-on-one, only on Liberty Online TV.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.